So just before the video starts, I want to say a huge thank you to all of the people who have watched my first episode of the F1 2020 Multi Team Career Mode. I really appreciate that, so please keep on watching, if you like it at least. And I want to say a huge sorry for the lack of videos in the past days. I had some things to do, and I was very busy, and I lacked of motivation in the past days. So, I hope you understand it, so yeah, let's get on with the video. So guys, it's time for the finale of the 1993 STSR BTCC Championship, and it's time for a second visit in the year to the Silverstone circuit. But unlike in the season opener where we drove the international variation, this time we drove the national variation, which is 2.638 kilometers long, and the fastest lap goes to Lorenzo Turri from last year with a 0.58.545. And the previous winners of the Grand Prix are Vic Roon, who won twice in 1991, and Lorenzo Turri, who won 5 times here in 1992, and also Roy Cobb. He has also won a race here in the previous season. Well, now to this Grand Prix here in 1993, looks like everything is decided, so at least in the top, Lorenzo has won a championship, and Nissan has also won the Manufacturers' Championship. But there might be a fight going on for the second place of the championship between Ford and Renault, I should say. So we keep an eye on that. First of all, we have a look into the starting grid of the first race of the weekend after the one-shot qualifying. We see Osborne on pole position. I have Lorenzo Turri, who seems like he's going to take it easy after he won his championship. And have Tom Kinty in his Peugeot 405. And then we see Michael Sneef in 4th place, ahead of his teammate, who starts in 5th. So Johannes Smedes ahead of Chris Simpson in his Toyota Carina in his final appearance of the team, before he leaves the team for Alfa Romeo. Mike Bell and Jess Everett completes the 4th row of the grid. The 4th row goes to the Nissan squad, and the last row of the grid goes to Pekka Litalo and Halil Shahin. And we should also note that this is Pekka's final race of the STSR, at least for now. And now it's time for lights out, and where we go for the first race. And it looks like it's a rainy race. It might be intermediate conditions, but Lorenzo's got a best start. Tom has also got a good start here. They've both went past David. Ooh, yeah, he's dropped back to 3rd. We see a Renault chasing them. Might be Sneef, I'm not sure. Yes, it is. Oh, there's an incident there. I think there was Chris who lost the control of his car. I'm not sure about that. But we see Tom fighting against Lorenzo. He's on the right side. He will be on the outside line for the upcoming corner. A very, let's say a bit horrible corner at least. We see Tom. Oh, yeah, he keeps it going. He might take the lead now. He's on the inside line and he takes the lead for Peugeot. Also, David is going by Lorenzo. Look at Mike Bell. Where does he come from? He's now behind Turri in 4th place. And we see Lorenzo now taking the inside line against David. Does he get through? He has a best spot for it. But David keeps it going there on the left. They're still side by side. Watch out for Mike Bell. He's notorious for taking positions when people are fighting against each other. And we're seeing Mike Bell now around the outside of Lorenzo Turri. Does he get the spot? Looks like it. Yes, he does. Mike Bell. Oh, yeah, he's bossed. I would have said Lorenzo might come back, but he didn't. So Mike takes the 3rd spot here in this race so far. What a crazy opening lap here. I mean, look into the replays. This is, I think, Mike Bell's view. So we see one Renault having a bad start. Might be Michael Sneef, but he has the better line. Johannes had a shocking first corner. Chris Simpson now hangs it around the inside line now for the right corner. And we see strips. We see Chris outbraking himself, hitting the Renault of Michael. And this is how Mike went up the places. Well, it's a first lap, so everything can happen there. We see Pekka in the charge. Pekka, he actually managed to pass Chris here in his independent BMW, but I think now in the straights he will be murdered by the Works Toyota, and yes, he will be murdered as Chris defends the position on the straights. I think Chris will be really happy when he is leaving the team. He's not happy with the car, and we see Jazz Everett now being ahead of Johannes for the moment. But I think now Johannes has passed him quite easily on the inside line here of Kopp's corner. A very famous corner, even today I should say. Not today, like 2 T's, but you know my mistakes, so I don't want to comment on that. We see Mike Bell having a fight with Lorenzo Turri now. So this will be interesting. I think the Renault guys will be hoping that Mike will finish ahead of him, so they will steal some points from the Italian. I mean, Halil is new teammate, he's on the back. So this will be good for Renault if they can score as much points as they can. And yeah, to catch up to the fourth guys, actually. And we see Melis under attack. Will we see some team orders here between these two? They've worked pretty well together in their first season together in the we see some sneaky lags here. I mean, these two have worked pretty well together in the first year of the Renault Works team in this championship. And it was confirmed that they will stay with the Renault squad for 1994. We see Simpson passing Jazz. So also Chris, the Soul Toyota, on a charge. And we might see some good positions, good battles here with him, maybe in 1994, as he felt a bit happier in the Alfa Romeo, I can say it, at least. We see Tom having to defend from the lead. I mean, he's the Peugeot driver now, and everyone was a bit critical with the Peugeot, but now it has proven that it is a quick car. And we see a disconnect here. We see Chris Simpson being disconnected, and this is such a shame when this happens to people. And yeah, we can only hope that Chris will return to race number 2 in a competitive manner. We see David now attacking Tom Kinchie. I mean, David, he's looking for a win. I think he hasn't won a race this season and in the last season as well. I'm not sure about that. And we see Osborne. Ooh, some weird GTR 2 stuff happening here. Yeah. So this looks quite close in between these two. Might be the case that David is a bit quicker, I'm not sure. But this will be a close battle until the finish line. David at the moment looks a bit quicker than Tom in the Peugeot 405. But I think he will need to search for an opportunity to go by. At the moment there is none. We see 2 winners again in the picture. We see Michael Sneef still ahead of Melis, so Michael with a good race here. But now we see team orders maybe. Looked like it for a moment. Or will they be? Yeah, there will be a team order. So Michael maybe thinks that Johannes can catch up to them. But we see some... I saw some broken parts there. I'm not sure if it really was broken or it was just my stupid view. Yeah, there you have it. There was a broken STSR sign. So whoever did this, cheers. And we see David still being behind Tom. So this will be an interesting battle here. And we see Turri now being involved in that. So David now has seemingly lost his pace, maybe, or was Tom a bit too slow, or are Lorenzo and Mike being the quickest guys again now? This looks really interesting indeed. And we see Mike Bear now side by side with his teammate. Will they fight against each other, or will David just let him by? No, they won't. So David will stay ahead of Mike for now. So no team play here between these two at the moment. But why? I mean, they are manufacturers champions, so let them drive. So this will be a very crucial part of this race here. We see David now fighting against Lorenzo. Lorenzo, I'm sorry. And we see David not finding a way past. I think this is not the right line for it. And you see David now being passed by his teammate there. So maybe Mike has the chance to attack Lorenzo in the final parts of the race. will be quite crucial for Renault. I remind you yourself here, this is crucial for Renault. We see Mike go round the outside of the fault, and he did it brilliantly. Great move there by Mike, so really great job there by the Nissan driver. Does David go by as well? Doesn't look like it. But wow, what a move there, round the outside there. It's amazing, great stuff there. Really great. And we see the Peugeot driver, Tom Kinchy, taking the win. The first win of the Peugeot this season. He's showed some great pace in Thruxton. Now he's taking the win. He deserved actually in Thruxton. Mike finishes in second. Then we see Lorenzo just defending from a charging Osborne. Good race by him indeed. And we see Johannes letting Michael pass again. So yeah, some interesting tactics, I should say. Here we see the race results now in full detail. So Thomas won the race out of Mike Bell. Then we see Lorenzo Turri in third place, rounding up the podium. We see Osborne fourth. Good race by him. And then we see the two Renaults out of pace. They're really not able to catch up to the top four, which is surprising. I mean, the rain, we've seen the Renaults being very quick. So maybe we'll see some action of them in the second race, which looks like the rain is going to be even heavier. And Jazz Emma finishes in the lonely 7th out of Pekka Litalo. Halil Shaheen finishes in 9th. And Chris Simpson, even with his disconnect, he gets the points for it. I mean, would be only fair to him. I mean, he hasn't done anything wrong. It's just the game being the game again. And yeah. So Chris gets the points. Alright then, now it's time for race 2. As you can see, the rain is getting heavier. And Halil is on pole, I think. And lights out, away we go. And who's got the best side? It's Pekka in the wheel-wheel drive BMW. And oh, Halil is off. Halil is off the circuit. Whatever happened there, I think he broke it himself and then went off. There was also some bumping there with the win of Michael Sneeve. We see Pekka still in the lead. He will have a fun time there in the rain. I think I said it in Brands Hatch, the rear-wheel drive cars will have a lot of fun in the rain because of the wheel spins and so on. Then we see Miller's attacking now. Pekka, this might be for the lead. And yes, Johannes takes the lead of the race. But he will need to be alert of the fast drivers like Lorenzo, Tom, David, and also Mike, of course. I think these two had a nice season indeed. Especially some of their fights. There might be some highlight clips, I think, of that, because there were some intense fights there, I have to say. And we see the replay that Tom had a fantastic getaway there. Good start against the slow starting Mike. I think this is one of his weaknesses from that year. You see Michael Sneeve there going slowly after having a little ding-dong with Halil. Tom now behind Lorenzo Turri. I mean, what a starter from the Peugeot driver. Really good stuff. Really good stuff there from the Peugeot driver. And now he needs to be alert of the slower drivers ahead. We see Jazz having to defend from Lorenzo. If he actually tried. But no, he doesn't try. Oh, now he was even passed by Tom. Yeah, or not. Thomas broke himself. So now even Mike comes there and just passes him. There was some bumping there, which is not unusual for BTCC. So I think we should say everything is normal. And we see Lorenzo now passing Pekka. And yeah, Pekka once again here in the spotlight as an independent driver. As I said, his final race weekend in this series. At least for now. Maybe he'll return when everything's sorted out. So, if you see a Pekka Litalo comeback, we shall see. And we see Tom now passing the fellow Peugeot driver from last year. We had some decent races, I should say. But he was sacked by the Peugeot team. And, now he gets sandwiched by Nissan drivers. I think this is not a beautiful sight for an independent driver. Having a driver left and a driver right alongside. You need to be really alert here. and this is what he's doing. He tries to not hurt anyone. He's not John Denny Delatras, who doesn't know what he's doing. So, yeah, actually, good that there's no little incident here. And we see David also passing him. We see Chris passing Michael. Or did he pass him? I'm not sure about that. Oh, there's some... Oh, no! Pack us off! I said that there was no incident, that there is one now. Oh! Oh, dearie me. The independent driver went off. And this has given Michael some positions then. And, yeah, very unfortunate there. I think Chris has misjudged his braking, and this can happen. Very unfortunate there. And, yeah. Now we are going into the live picture then again. We see David Osborne ahead of his teammate Jazz. And now we see the battle for the lead. Johannes is still leading, if you remember correctly. We see Lorenzo now attacking on the left side. This is not the best line. Maybe he will come for a switch back. This is a good chance now for Lorenzo to take the lead. But is he fast enough on the straights, or will Renault come back on the braking? We should find out. And now brake for the left hand corner. A very long corner then indeed. But Johannes is sticking there in P1. This is good stuff here. Now Lorenzo looking for the inside line. Is he going for the lead? It looks like it. Lorenzo's taking the lead of the Grand Prix here. Or will he? Johannes is still sticking with him. He's still alongside. That is incredible racing here between these two. I mean, let's remind ourselves in their Brands Hatch battle, where Johannes was attacking Lorenzo. Now it's the opposite, because now Johannes has to defend for his life to still being P1. I mean, let's say there's nothing to lose, except for maybe I think P3, yes. If he wants to keep it, and if he just, finishes the races. And we see Johannes still defending like a madman. Lorenzo's lost the position. Now it's Mike's turn to attack the defending Renault driver. We see also Tom in the background. He could profit from it. Oh, this is very close racing indeed. We see Mike. There was some incidents there. I think Mike has popped Melis. Now they have 3 wide here into the southern straight. This is going to be incredible here. 3 wide. Ford, Renault, Nissan, and also Peugeot coming up there. There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. The Renault has disappeared. Oh my god, Johannes has disappeared now because he suffered a disconnect. This is so unfortunate here for him, but still this is going to be an intense battle here for the lead. We see Tom Kinch now attacking. Now he's being attacked by Mike Bell. I don't even know what's going on here now. Mike going round the outside. My voice is literally dying right now. But I don't care. This is incredible racing. And Mike Bell is taking second spot. Has taken the second spot. Oh, does he go for a lead here? He's on the inside line. There's an incident there as well. I think Thomas hit Lorenzo. Unbelievable racing, and now Mike Bell has indeed taken the lead of the Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff there. Incredible. All helped by the Renault driver, who's now disappeared because of a disconnect. So unfortunate. Could have been very entertaining indeed, but now it has led us to some incredible racing there. We see Lorenzo having taken the lead. So the camera hasn't caught that one. Oh, we see Mike Bell doing a nice little switch back there. So I have to say the racing here is incredible. At least for now. So if it keeps it up for the 1994 season, this will be a great season, I should say. Sorry for that misspelling there. It wasn't intentional. So see Mike now attacking Lorenzo. I think ahead is there's a lap car. It is Halil Shahin, so he needs to be really alert now. He needs to get out of the way, and everything will be fine. Mike is attacking Lorenzo here. Oh, this is looking good. Oh, there's a collision between the Ford drivers. This is not what Ford wanted. This is not needed now. Oh, this is so unfortunate here. I mean, Mike having attacked Lorenzo there, and he just hits his teammate then. Yeah, I mean, look, Khalid tried to get out of the way, but there was no way the collision could have been, yeah, could have been, fuck, I've lost the words here. I mean, well, there was no way to save this, and, yeah, I mean, incredible there. But now this has cost Lorenzo a win, because Mike Bell is taking the victory here in race 2 in Silverstone, and after an incredible race here between Lorenzo and Mike, and also Tom at some point, but I think this race wasn't as spectacular as the first one, but still we had some incredible racing here indeed. So this is the race result here. Mike Bell's take the win ahead of Lorenzo Turri in second, Tom Kinchy takes third, and Michael Sneef finishing in fourth, out of Osborne and Simpson. I think now the Manufacturers' Championship has been decided here from the second place onwards. Ford will take the second spot, and if Renault, I'm fairly sure now, this is literally over now. Now we will have a look into the second half of the table. Right now, we see Jazz Everett finish in 7th place again, and of Pekka, Halil, and Johannes, who gets the points again after his unfortunate disconnect. So, yeah. But now it's time for race number 3. I'll just take a little break, and then we'll see us soon for the third race. So, my voice is back. It's time for the final race of the 1993 season. This time in the night again, just like in 1992. And once again, it looks like Pekka had the best start here. And he's taken the lead. And if Simpson, Halil is falling back quite heavily here. I think he's doing a very careful approach. We see a Ford drifting there. So, also very funny experience. And yeah, we see some nice battling there in the back between the top guys. We see Michael trying to defend from some drivers. We see Halil falling down to last place now. And we see Lorenzo in the mix between Tom Kinchy and also Michael Sneef for now. Will Turri pass both of them? They are 3 wide here into this left. Oh, there's Pekka! There's also Pekka slowing down quite heavily. But luckily there was no accident here. So this is quite good indeed. So Lorenzo's taken all these places now, but we have to go through a replay. And I think this is Michael Sneef, or is it Johannes Melitz, in fact? I think that's Johannes. He had to start from last again, of course, because he had a disconnect, so there was no way he would have started in front. As this would have been very unfair indeed. So, yeah. He had a okay start, and then he sees the opportunity against Halil. Goes by, and then he is at least second to last for now. He's turned on his lights now, and yeah, will be a very interesting race here now for him, I think, because I think, yeah, the pace wasn't that good in this weekend, but I'm sure there will be more to come now. But I think his good chance of taking a podium here is gone with his disconnect in race 2, because the Renault is quite good in the rain, but I think the dry, everything is quite equal, so it really depends on the driver, and he doesn't like this circuit, in fairness. But we see Pekka now falling down the order, but at least he was ahead of Renault now for 1 lap, but now he's fallen down behind both of them. So yeah, that's just independent things, but we see a nice battle between 2 Nissans, between David and Jazz. I think it's Simpson who's still leading the race. And this is in fact the same situation where Pekka has fallen down behind the Renault. So yeah, this is a nice little swing of the camera. And does Lorenzo go by Jazz? Looks like it. Yes, he does. Does Tom follow him as well? Yes. So Tom is doing it nicely and very intelligent here. Just following Lorenzo, and then everything will be fine. And now Tom on the inside. Oh, it looked like he's unbroke himself. Oh, some bumping there. Once again, typical BTCC. And we see them 2 side by side. And Tom is taking the spot. And yeah, he's upper place now. And I have to say, I mean, I like this bumping, man. I wish the DTM was the same, but anyway, let's go back to racing. We see Melis passing Everett again, just like in race 1, down the inside there. And he's up a place. And now we're looking back to the front. We see David Osborne challenging Simpson. Now Kinji is challenging Osborne. And it looks like Tom is taking the second spot. This looks so crazy, man. It always looks like he's going to hit someone, but luckily he doesn't, so everything's fine. We see him not passing David for now. And now he needs to be alert of Lorenzo Turri on the left. Oh, this might be very interesting indeed. Oh, Turri alongside, some bumping. He gets saved by, I think Lorenzo was. And now we see Mike Bell going for it. And, oh, there was another bumping there. And now even Johannes is profiting from it. So, all this racing here is just enabling him to move further up the field. And now we see Turri attacking Osborne, the Italian versus the British driver. And he goes down inside there. David is still not yielding for now. We need an outside camera, please. We need an outside camera for this. It will come now. I think now we are fairly certain that he made the move against David. At least that's, yeah, he made it. And he's up to second right now, behind Chris Simpson, who's doing it quite good right now. No big mistakes, and he's still leading the race, which is quite good. We see Kinch on the move again, on the charge. Man, I'm just get confused. So, Kinch on the charge, he's passed now David. He has passed Johannes outside of the camera range. So, he's up now 2 places. He's behind Mike again. This will be an interesting fight for the win. And now we see Lorenzo going for the attack. Does it go by Chris? Down the inside there, the future teammates. And yes, they are really doing it nicely. Chris isn't really defending. And everything goes fine for now. We see Mike and Tom alongside. What a race there between these two. And what a race indeed here for everyone here. What a nice racing in final weekend. And this is a nice thing for 1994. So please stay tuned for more. What incredible racing could be in 1994. So, now we see some more battling here. I think Thomas now finally passed Mike. And now he will be charging Chris. So his charge is still going on. There's the window! Oh, I think he almost hit that Nissan. Oh yeah, he had a good choice of Nissans. I mean, he has 2 ahead of him. So, quite interesting indeed. And there we see a Peugeot attacking Simpson. The camera is moving quite instantly to Tom. And he's past Simpson, so Tom is now in second place. And now it is Mike Bell who needs to get by Simpson. We see Osborne being chased by Melis in his Renault 19. And there's side by side now through the start of the straight. Who has the better top speed? Who will be the leading car to third out of Cops? It will be Osborne. Looks like it. Yeah. He will be the leading car. So they are defending it quite nicely indeed. He's doing a really good race here. Even he is, I think, the best one here in Cops. So, yeah. Good race there by David. Nice and fairly. And no big deal. No big problems here for everyone. And obviously Simpson having to defend from Mike, but there's no chance he could defend against him. He's just a bit too quick for now. But Simpson really doing his best as he can. And now he has David Osborne behind him. And the man who has a slightly upturn of the pace after he has switched to, I think, H button gearbox. I'm not sure about that. David, you can write a comment about that. But I think this really helped him to get a bit quicker. And he's past Simpson now. And there we see Renault attacking Simpson as well. Must be Johannes Melis now. Surely. And yeah, these two had a nice battle there in previous races. I remember Snetterton. where Miles tried everything he could to pass Simpson, but there was no chance. Now he's made it stick, and he's passed Simpson there, but he's not giving up yet. Miles hasn't got the corner perfectly, and this is the chance for Simpson to maybe come back, but this is, I think, the wrong line, so there's no chance to defend against the Renault, at least for me. So he's made up the place, and I think he's up to 5th right now. I'm not sure. And now there's a second Renault behind, so déjà vu for Simpson, who has to defend now against the second Renault of Michael Sneeve. And he had this Sneeve lag again. As explanation, every 15 minutes he has this little lag. There's no way to fix it. And yeah, we have to just enjoy the lagging of Michael. No bad blood intended, of course. So we can just still make some jokes about it. We see Jazz passing Simpson again. These two having some nice battles in the past. Now they are battling again. Will the third Nissan driver now pass Simpson? At least not for now. Simpson still defending quite nicely indeed. See now Osborne behind his teammate Mike. And we have the third disconnect here of this weekend as Mike Bell says see ya. And he has a disconnect in his final race for the Nissan squad. So not a good way to say goodbye to having a disconnect, but there's nothing you can do. It is just randomly. And yeah, we see Jazz now finally passing Simpson. Oh, does he? Doesn't look like it. Simpson coming back brilliantly, and Simpson defending against the Nissan, but this looked quite weird. I have to be honest here, and we see Turri now still defending from Tom Kinchy in his Peugeot 405, but this is the chance Tom won. Really brutally there, passing the Italian, but yeah, I mean, there was a gap and Tom went for it. So, after some intense racing here in the night, Tom Kinchy is the final race winner of this season, and he wins in style after a nice comeback. Lorenzo finishes in 2nd, the champion of 1993, having a okay weekend, but he will have a full focus on the 1994 season. They have the race results: Tom Kinchy taking the win out of Lorenzo Turri, David Osborne 3rd, Johannes Miles in 4th, so solid comeback from 10th, Sneeve finishes in 5th, and Simpson in P6 after some great defending there against Jess Everett nearing the end. Speaking of Jess, he finished once again 7th, and of Pekka Italo in his final race in the championship, and of Mike Bell and Halil Shaheen, who has retired during the race. And now we have a final look into the championship. For a more detailed look, you can go to the wiki for this championship, but here we see Turri winning the championship in a great fashion. Out of Mike Bell, Johannes Miles finishes in 3rd, Sneeve in 4th, so a good first season for the Renault squad. Out of the lonely Toyota of Chris Simpson, Osborne then behind in 6th. Then we see Jess Everett in 7th out of Pekka. Roy Cobb, who, yeah, if some people might remember, has left the league after the Alton Park weekend, and then Matt Hole, who didn't appear in the final 2 races, but he will reappear in 1994, finishing in 10th place. And then you have the rest, Tom finishing 11th, for example. Very notable indeed. Here's the Manufacturers' Championship. I'm sorry for the picture, but there's no other way to do this. So Nissan has won it again, with quite a heavy margin, out of the Team Mondeo. Then we see Renault, Toyota, with Chris Simpson, the sole Toyota, of course. We see Vauxhall and the rest of the teams. So, it was a very intense season then, I have to say. And it was also very intense to make videos of it. I'm very sorry for some delays, even for this delay. I hope you can forgive me for that. And yeah, I really want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has watched the races and everyone who has participated this season. And you all did a brilliant job and at delivering some great entertainment here for this championship. So you will see the names here for the understanding for all the people who have participated in the final race weekend. They get a massive shout out, and all the biggest shout outs go to David Osborne, the league coordinator, and Marcus Neef for his graphics, of course, and of course David for his replays as well. So, that's it for the season. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we see us soon for the 1994 season, and yeah, we will see some more surprises and some amazing battles, and maybe a title fight until the end. We have some new competitors, I should say, and yeah, there will be an interesting fight in the championship. New cars, new drivers, and of course, the same sort of action in the front and in the back. So, we see us in 1994. I hope you have a good day, and see you soon.